Hello learners, you all are welcome to senior secondary level mathematics program. Dear learners, in our last session we have discussed about limit and continuity of the function, and these are the basic part in calculus. And now we will be discuss one of the very important aspects in mathematics, particularly the part of the calculus that is differentiation, or we call as a derivative of functions. Basically, the derivative of function was introduced in the year 1665 when the greatest scientist Sir Isaac Newton's use of the composite functions. Before we learning the derivative of composite function, first we have to must understand the concept of derivative and particularly derivative of a function at a particular point, and what are the different techniques to find out derivative of different functions. And we will be discuss about derivative of different function means particularly the algebraical functions, the trigonometric function, the exponential function. Also we will be discuss about derivative of logarithm function. First we have to discuss about what exactly derivative is and derivative of a function at a particular point. When talking about derivative of a function at a particular point, let us see. Derivative of a particular point, you must have understand that let f be the a real value function and x0 be the any point in the domain of the function f. That means, suppose I would like to take f be the function, we can say the real value function, and x0 be the any is a point, we can say is the point in the domain of the function f. Okay. Now, when talking about derivative of a function at a point x0, you see that is I can say the limit h tends to 0 f of x0 plus h minus f0 divided by h. That means, this limit is supposed to be exist. Then we can say the derivative of the function f of x, I can write f dash x. And also if suppose y be the function f of x, I can write derivative of y with respect to x, that is I can say dy by dx. Okay. So, that means when talking about derivative of a function at a point x0, basically that is supposed to be exist, limit h tends to 0, f of x0 plus h minus f of x0 by h is supposed to be exist. And we know that when the limit is supposed to be exist, that means left hand limit is equal to be right hand limit. And another important thing is any function is supposed to be derivable, or we can say differentiable. That means it must have continuous. That means continuous means the functional value must have to equal with the, we can say limiting value. Okay. Let us see, we have to now discuss what are the different techniques. When talking about techniques, there are the different techniques that are used to find out derivative of different function. First we have to discuss about first principle. We are talking first principle. First principle is the one of the techniques to find derivative of different function. When talking about the derivative of a function from a first principle, from the first principle means it is the one of the, we can say one of the techniques to find out derivative of a function. Okay. Before I would like to tell you how we have to write derivative of the function, that is we can say the nomenclature. Suppose I would like to take y be the function, that is f of x. Okay. And we are going to find out derivative of y with respect to x. That means I can write dx of y, that is I can write simply I can write dy by dx. suppose that function is f of x, the derivative of function f of x, I can write f dash x. This is the nomenclature to write the derivative of the function. And suppose y equal to f of x, I can also write that implies y dash equal to f dash x. This is the way to writing derivative of a function with respect to x. Here also I can write dy by dx. Okay. Now we will be discuss about the derivative of a function by using the first principle. When talking about first principle, this is the one of the techniques. Simply I can say this is one of the techniques to find out the derivative of the function. Okay. Let us see, when talking about derivative of a function from the first principle, there are, we can say by using first principle we have to follow 5 different steps. 5 different steps. What are these steps? Theoretically we will discuss. Then we will be by taking one example, by using the first principle we have to find out the derivative of the function by using the first principle. Suppose the function first step is the step 1, I can write, first you have to write down the function itself. For example, suppose the function is y equal to f of x, f of x. Okay. This is the step 1, S1 I have written. Okay. And I can write also this is the equation number 1. Okay. Second step is writing, second step is talking, I can say that del x, suppose del x be the increment, I can say increment of x. In the same way I can say increment of x, del y be the increment of y such that I can write such that y plus del y equal to, I can write f of x plus del x. This is the equation 2. Okay. That means the step 1 is very simply, I can first write the function. That means which function we are going to find out the derivative. Suppose y equal to f of x. F of x may be a trigonometric function, may be an exponential function, may be a logarithm function, whatever it may be. Then we have to write del x be the one of the increment x and del y be the corresponding increment with respect to y. So, I can write y plus del y equal to f of, in place of x I have written x plus del x. Okay. The step 3, what is step 3 is talking? Step 3 is talking very simply that we have to subtract, that means subtract, I can write subtract equation 1, I can subtract equation 1 from, I can say from equation 2, from 2. That means again suppose I would like to tell you what exactly we are going to find out. The step 1 is talking very simply that you have to write y equal to f of x. This is the equation 1. And step 2 is writing that y plus del y equal to f of x plus del x, equation 2. And what is del y and del x? Del y be the increment of the function y and del x be the corresponding increment with respect to x. Okay. Now, what will you do? Step 3 is talking that subtract I can say equation 1 from 2, what you find? That means S4 S3 I can write, that is y plus del y minus y, because y plus del y and minus y, which is equal to, I can write f of x plus del x minus f of x. Suppose this is equation 3. Okay. Now, what will you do? We have reached to up to step 3. Now, what will you do? You just simplify the step 3, that is plus y, that is minus y, that will be cancelled. Okay. I can, that y and that y will be cancelled. So, finally, we will get that implies I can write del y equal to f of x plus del x minus f of x. Okay. This is the suppose equation I can say equation 3. Suppose I get del y equal to f of x plus del x minus f of x. Now, step 4 is what will you do? Just divide del x in equation 3. What will you do? Del y will be divided in equation 3. Equation 3 पे हम del x को divide करना है. So what will you get? Very simple. I can write del y equal to f of x plus del x minus f of x. Okay, this was the equation 3. Okay, now we are dividing del y by del x equal to, I can write f of x plus del x minus f of x divided by del x, because del x being divided in both the side, that means left hand side the equation, right hand side the equation, then the value of equation will be not changed. That part we already know. Suppose this is equation 4. Okay. And I can say this is the step, we can say step 5. Now, step 5 we get that del y by del x. Now, here del x supposed to be tends to 0. Okay. Del x tends to 0. The result will be get limit del x tends to 0 del y by del x, which is equal to, I can write limit del x tends to 0 f of x plus del x minus f of x divided by del x. What we have done? Equation 4, equation 5, one thing we have done, only del x tends to 0 and limit we have taken both the side. And we know that limit del x tends to 0 del y by dx del x, I can write this part very simply, that is nothing but the dy by dx. This part is the dy by dx. Okay. And this is the, I can say dy by dx at the point, I can say at the point x with respect to x. Okay. And this is the derivative, this is the, I can say derivative of function y equal to f of x by using the first principle. That means, by using this formula we can able to find out derivative of the function y equal to f of x with respect to x by using the first principle. First principle we have discussed, that means derivative of function from a first principle and example. We have, suppose we have to take an example, how we have to use first principle. First principle, by taking derivative of a function. Suppose I have like to take that function is, suppose y equal to x square, and we are going to find out dy by dx, what will be the value of dy by dx, and by using the first principle, that is the condition. That condition is, we are going to find out dy by dx by using the first principle, and that function is y equal to x square. Okay. Y equal to x square, but thing is we have to use the first principle. Suppose that function is y equal to x square. Okay. This is the step 1, I have already written that step 1 you have to write down the simply the function. Those function we are going to find out the derivative of the function with the principle, that is first principle. Here what happened, y equal to x square. Suppose I would like to take y plus del y equal to here x plus del x, suppose this is x square, and this is equation 1, suppose this is equation 2, suppose. Okay. Now what is happen, y del y and del x, what del y with the increment of y and corresponding del x with the increment of x. Now what will you do, we have to subtract equation 1 from the equation 2. Okay. So what will you do, that means I can say y plus del y minus y, which is equal to x plus del x का whole square minus x square. Okay. Suppose this is equation 3. Again I would like to simplify it. Suppose what will be the value, y will be cancelled, you are getting this is plus y, this is minus y, it will cancel. So you will get del y equal to x plus del x का whole square minus x square. Okay. Again I can write here also, that you know x square plus del x का whole square into I can say x plus 2x del x minus x square. Why? Because I have used here that is x a plus b का whole square formula. That means x square plus del x का whole square plus 2x del x, and it was there minus x square. Now what is happened, you know, see that plus x square and minus x square, you can cancel this one, plus x square and minus x square. The result will be get, that is simply I can write the result, that is del x whole square plus 2x into del x. Okay. And suppose again what will you do, we have get that del y equal to del x whole square plus 2x del x. I can write also, that means I can write that suppose del y equal to del x whole square plus 2x and del x. Okay. Del y equal to del x whole square plus 2x del x. Okay. Now what will you do, we have to divide del x on both sides. Okay. Del x will be, suppose divide, that means del y by del x equal to del x whole square plus 2x into del x divided by del x. What we have done here? Very simply I can say that del x is divided here and divided here. There will be no problem, because if same quantity will be divided both the side, then there will be no problem on the equation. No problem in the sense there will be no changes, any changes both the side of the equation. So del y by del x we have got, suppose I would like to write, suppose del x का whole square. Okay. So I can write here del x common I can take, and you will find del x plus 2x, because del x I have taken as a common. So and that will be suppose del x. Okay. Now numerator and denominator both side del x is there. So I can cancel both the quantity, this quantity and this quantity will be cancel. So you will get that value is del x plus 2x. Okay. Now what happened? Del y by del x equal to del x plus 2x. This quantity we have got. Now what will be done? Now we will be take limit del x tends to 0, del y by del x equal to limit del x tends to 0, del x plus 2x. Okay. Del x plus 2x. Only we have taken limit del x tends to 0, the both the side. And what we get? Here we get that we can say you will find immediately find that del y limit del x tends to 0, del y by del x, which is nothing but we can say dy by dx, which is nothing but we can say this quantity is nothing but the dy by dx. So, dy by dx, you know that del x tends to 0, that means this quantity will be 0. Okay. That means I can write very simply, I can write that very simply I can write that dy by dx equal to 2x. We can say this is the result, because when we get y equal to x square, dy by dx, the value we get, that is 2x. And what we have used? We have used the first principle. That means, if the function is y equal to x square, we got dy by dx equal to 2x. Okay. Similarly, suppose very simply I can say what we got, y equal to x square, that time we get dy by dx equal to 2x. That quantity just we have find out by using the first principle. If I take y equal to x cube, you will get dy by dx equal to 3x square. I am written here, but if you use the first principle, you will find, definitely you find dy by dx equal to 3x square. Okay. That means this is the one value we get, and this is the one value we get. Suppose I would again write to take, suppose what you have taken x square, I have first taken x square, then taken x cube. Suppose I would like to take, so again y equal to suppose x fourth, x का स्क्वायर पहले लिए थे, 2 लिए थे, then x raised to the power 3 लिए, now we have taken x raised to the power 4. So, you will get that dy by dx which equal to 4x cube. Definitely you will get. Okay. Suppose I would like to take y equal to x to the power 5, and you will get dy by dx equal to 5x fourth. This is definitely this answer will be get. What you observe? When taking x square, you get 2x. When taking x cube, you are getting 3x square. When taking x fourth, you are getting 4x cube. When getting x to raised to the power 5, you are getting 5x to the power 4. If you will use the principle of mathematical induction, you will find, suppose what you will find, that suppose y equal to x raised to the power n, where n element of r, that means a real value, n is the real value, then you will get dy by dx equal to n x raised to the power n minus 1. This is the formula. This is the one of the standard formula. That means when y equal to x raised to the power n, and the condition is n element of r, that means n is the real value, then dy by dx equal to dy by dx equal to, you will find n x raised to the power n minus 1. This formula is known as Newton's power formula. This is the very important formula, and Isaac Newton, the greatest scientist we know, that scientists have used this formula to find out various results both in mathematics and science, and we are talking as is the Newton's power formula, or we call as the power rule. Okay. Suppose I would like to take, you can check, suppose y equal to 1 by x. Okay. You can write 1 by x, you can write x raised to the power minus 1. And by using that formula, you will get dy by dx equal to, I can say, minus 1 by x square. Okay. This is known as the Newton's power formula. By using that formula, we can find out a huge number of solutions. We can find out huge number of solutions. That means by using the Newton's power formula, we can solve different problems of the derivative, particularly the field of derivatives. This is the very important formula. And when talking about standard function, that is the standard function what we have discussed. If y equal to x raised to the power n, we can say dy by dx, that value equal to n into x raised to the power n minus 1, where n element of R. This is known as the standard formula. That is the very important formula, we can say. This is known as the standard formula of derivatives. Okay. And dear learners, right now we will be more discuss derivative of sum and difference of functions. That means sum and difference, we can say multiplication, we can say division of two functions. I hope that you have enjoyed learning with me, and I can suggest you that you must go through our website, that is www.nios.ac.in, and you have to regularly watch our eVidya program in channel number 12. And thank you, learners.